Welcome back to Vanished Files, your haven for gripping crime sagas and shadowy mysteries. Today, we unravel a chilling tale of deception and control, the NXIVM scandal, a twisted web that ensnared a TV star, a billionaire heiress, and the daughter of a soap opera legend, all under the spell of Keith Raniere. 6 years ago, in 2019, Raniere faced justice for 7 grave crimes tied to his leadership of NXIVM, a New York-based group that masked itself as a hub for personal growth but hid a sinister truth. Let's dive into the dark heart of NXIVM. What did Keith Raniere do? In March 2018, authorities apprehended Raniere in Mexico, charging him with racketeering, sex trafficking, forced labor, wire fraud, and related conspiracies. By June 2019, a jury convicted him on all counts, and trial testimony revealed a horrifying reality. A clandestine faction within NXIVM, known as DOS, meaning Lord over Obedient Women in Latin, functioned as a hierarchical sex slavery ring, with Raniere at its apex. Women and girls below him were divided into slaves or slave masters, coerced into surrendering collateral like damaging secrets or explicit images, which Raniere used for blackmail. DOS slaves endured brutal conditions, starved to remain frail, forbidden from grooming body hair to suit Raniere's desires, and compelled into sexual acts under threat of exposure. Many, including India Oxenberg, became so malnourished they stopped menstruating, their bodies weakened by sleep deprivation and psychological control. Who else was involved with NXIVM and DOS? Actress Catherine Oxenberg raised the alarm when her daughter, India, fell into NXIVM's grip, exposing its dark underbelly. Allison Mack, known for her role as Chloe Sullivan in Smallville, emerged as a key recruiter, luring India, other women, and even minors into serving as Raniere's sex slaves. Mack admitted guilt to racketeering and related charges, confessing to extortion and forced labor, and claimed branding victims with Raniere's initials was her idea. In June 2021, she received a 3-year sentence and a $20,000 fine, leniency granted for aiding investigators. Before sentencing, Mack expressed remorse. "I poured my heart into Keith Raniere's vision, thinking it would elevate me. I gave him my loyalty, wealth, and life, only to see he was a cruel manipulator. To those I brought into NXIVM, I'm deeply sorry." She served her time in a California federal prison and was released in July 2023. Mack's Smallville co-star Kristen Kruk briefly joined NXIVM to overcome shyness but left early, denying any knowledge of wrongdoing and facing no charges. Seagram's heiress Clare Bronfman also played a role, pleading guilty to racketeering conspiracy in 2019. In 2020, she was sentenced to nearly 7 years, fined $500,000, and ordered to pay over $96,000 to a victim. Who did Keith Raniere have children with? Raniere fathered children with 2 women, one being Kristen Keefe, who later testified he never provided financial support for their teenage son. Court testimony also revealed disturbing allegations. A former follower claimed Raniere impregnated 3 sisters and coerced them into abortions, with one sister allegedly raped by him at age 15, highlighting the depth of his predatory behavior. What was Keith Raniere's sentence? Days before his October 2020 sentencing, Raniere spoke publicly, stressing the importance of a fair justice system. Everyone, no matter how reviled, deserves equal treatment under the law. He admitted causing pain but denied guilt. On October 27, 2020, he received a 120-year sentence, dismissing victims' statements as lies during the hearing. In July 2021, he was ordered to pay $3.46 million to 21 victims, including $2,500 each to branded women for scar removal and $500,000 to a minor coerced into sex and explicit photos. Where is Keith Raniere now? In January 2021, Raniere was transferred to USP Tucson, a maximum security prison with a sex offender program, housing notorious figures like Larry Nassar. He's attempted 3 times to overturn his conviction, alleging FBI evidence tampering, but all appeals were rejected. In 2022, he reported an assault by another inmate, underscoring his turbulent prison life. The NXIVM saga remains a stark warning of how charisma can mask cruelty, leaving lives shattered and mysteries lingering in 2025. That's all for today's descent into the shadows on Vanished Files. Did Raniere's victims find justice, or does his influence linger? Share your thoughts below, and join us tomorrow for another heart-pounding crime tale. Subscribe, hit the bell, and stay curious. See you next time. Good Goodbye.